Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back at it again, part 2. Just want to introduce myself if you guys haven't known yet. I'm Kaizen, and my channel is going to be called Play Kaizen. I'm going to be focused on making content related to improving your life and kind of talking about life in terms of a video game, right? In terms of a video game simulation almost. And I think it's going to be really interesting. I'm going to learn a lot of editing tricks. I'm going to learn a lot of techniques to make it happen, and I'm looking forward to seeing the progress. I'm really ambitious about this, and I want to see how far it goes. I think it's going to go pretty far. I'm really committed to it. Just right now, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit, of course, just to give you my little take. So today, actually, interestingly enough, I did a little social experiment. And basically what I did was, so yesterday, I pretty much did everything I need to do during the day, right? I worked out and meditated. I did my contrast shower. I woke up super duper early. I rested up. I took a little nap. I stretched. I did pretty much everything I need to do. I ate my breakfast. I ate really healthy. I was very focused. Now, of course, at the end of the day, I was very tired, but I was very focused, right? And then yesterday, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna swap it up. So today, I decided, what would happen if I stopped doing a lot of the good habits that I did, right? And basically, I woke up at 3, but I decided to go right back to bed. And I decided to just keep sleeping. I was just being lazy, pretty much. Just doom scrolling, just doing lazy stuff. And what I learned was that, wow, I felt so productive. I got to work. I actually kind of charged myself a little bit and decided not to eat today. So I haven't eaten at all today. It's already around 7:20. So no food, no breakfast, no lunch at all. I worked today. Didn't eat anything at all. I just drank water for the most part. So yeah, man, I drank my water, and I'm really hungry right now. But the reason why I did that was because I wanted to see how I felt yesterday compared to today. And honestly, today I feel way worse. Now, of course, my default state, my framing, it's pretty good. So even in a bad day, I don't feel that much shitty, but I can definitely feel it in my body, but I don't let it affect me. Basically what I'm trying to say. So, but naturally I just want to feel well. I want to have to force myself to feel well. If I have to do it, I'll do it. It's a necessity. But if I don't have to do it, then I just make myself feel well. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna eat well. Do everything I need to do to make sure that I feel as best as possible. But today I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, and I noticed, wow, I feel way worse. And what I realized is there's a lot of people living like that. A lot of people, they wake up, they don't exercise, they don't eat enough, or they eat really bad. They don't meditate. Meditation is so important, by the way, in terms of being present and being one with yourself, kind of putting yourself in a relaxed mood, which is very important, because being intense for the most part doesn't really benefit you too much. There's times where you have to be more assertive, but you should always try to be kind of relaxed for the most part. And having this tension in your life, it really affects you. It really blocks off a lot of very important parts of your body that you need, right? Especially in your brain. So it's very important to kind of be relaxed and just feel well, So basically, what I've noticed from my social experiment is it wasn't that bad. However, I definitely realized why I always try to have a routine, because without a routine, oh my goodness, bro, it's really bad. Let's just say I don't want to do that again. It definitely isn't something that is really, like, it wasn't really painful for me, but like, damn, like, no food, no exercise, didn't meditate. A lot of people just live like that, and they're used to it, right? It's like the people who, like, if I ate really bad food right now, because I eat very, very healthy, right? I only eat natural food. I don't eat anything processed or added sugars, nothing like that, right? Nothing like that. But if I started eating really bad, it would probably affect me really, really badly, because my body's not used to it. But when your body gets used to it, it's like, oh, it's another day, but it's still really bad for your body. Even if your body used to it, it's not good for you. But oh, the bridge is gonna come up now. Interesting. So yeah, it's one of those things. Daily routine is so important, because it's like you don't realize how much these little things really, really impact you, really, really improve you as a person, until you start doing them and you stop doing it. When you stop doing it, you're like, damn, things are really changing. Things are really different. But yeah, I recommend, if, by the way, just speaking of that, right? Well, a few things that I do recommend you guys do. Very, very important on a daily basis is eat well. Just eat well. There's no harm to it. I know, here's the thing, right? Society and all of these brands, they want you to eat badly. They want you to eat some McDonald's. And what I learned is a lot of this food, it's just meant to give you cravings, right? It's meant to make you want more of it. It's not actually meant to satisfy you. It's meant to make you addicted to it. Say with, a lot of stuff I can talk about. Adult stuff, adult films. It's just to make you addicted to it. It makes you crave it. And these cravings are so dangerous, because they become a constant cycle, and it's hard to get out of once you're in it. And I've gone through that, and I think I talked about that a little bit last video, but it's affected me very, very negatively. A lot of these bad cycles, especially with video games. We go back to video games because that's what this channel is about, right? Trying to talk about life in video games, kind of putting them all together. And of course, right now, just see me unedited, nothing at all. You don't see any fancy stuff. Over time, it's gonna get better. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna improve my style. I'm gonna have a style of talking. That's maybe a little bit more clear for you guys, a little bit more concise for you guys. You guys probably, I'm gonna try to figure it out, basically. And no worries, I don't care how long it's gonna take. I don't care how many negative comments or how many criticisms I have to take. That's fine. That's fine. I'm down for the ride. I'm down for the ride. But what I basically just want to say in relation to video games is, yeah, I was very addicted to them, and I had a craving. And whenever there was times where I would wake up, and the first thing I would want to do before anything else, before even using the bathroom, and I normally when I wake up, I have to use the bathroom. But even then, there was times I would wake up, and the first thing I would want to do is play video games, to play Minecraft or play whatever video game I was into during that time, right? And it was just such a strong urge. I would literally be wanting to use the bathroom, be needing to use the bathroom, but I was so addicted to this video game where I refused to use the bathroom because I just wanted to keep playing and playing and playing. And I don't think my parents did a good job when I was young, because that was more of a problem when I was younger. As I grew older, I was still really addicted, but I kind of knew, okay, maybe I should stop once in a while. But it was still a really bad addiction. It actually became another problem in and of itself. It became less about not wanting to pee, but instead of not wanting to pee, it would be spending thousands of dollars on something that you probably shouldn't spend thousands of dollars on, right? It's not worth it to. And a lot of times it would be on stupid stuff. It wouldn't even be like something to improve your gaming account. It would be like some stupid aesthetic stuff that doesn't really matter at all. Just to impress your friends, your online friends. Like it's really stupid stuff. Now I look back at it, it's like, why would would somebody do that, right? But I did. I was really stupid back then. And that's okay. I learned from my mistakes. But yeah, I would spend thousands of dollars on video games, on in-game currency, and it didn't really feel good. I mean, it felt good at the time. It's all short-term stuff. Like, I felt good the moment that I did. I was like, oh, I'm getting this really cool thing that not a lot of people have, because not a lot of people are willing to spend $1,000, because not a lot of people are stupid enough to do that. And that's fine. And that's fine. You know, I learned from that. And honestly, I good on the people who didn't do that, who didn't fall for the cravings. A lot of people that I would talk to that would be jealous of my account, be jealous of me spending all this money. All I can tell them is they're the ones that I'm jealous of. You shouldn't be jealous of me. I'm jealous of you guys, for at least at that time, for having the willpower to not spend that much money on all these in-game currencies that these games are tempted for you to do. They're tempting you to spend all this money to, you know, just pretty much be invested in a video game. And it is a theory. I'm not a theory, but a fallacy, right? I'm sure you guys heard of it. It's called the sunken cost fallacy. And this is a very, very core thing, because the sunken cost fallacy basically states the more you invest into something, the harder it is to let go of it, right? If I'm throwing $1,000 into a video game, it's gonna be really, really hard, even if it's lost value, even if no one plays the video game anymore. It's really, really hard for me to quit when I already spent so much time and so much effort and so much money on this video game, man. And the very sad thing is, by the time you quit, it's already too late. You already spent so much money that the gaming company has already profited off of you tenfold, 100-fold from their investment. And that's what they want. That's what they want. They want those people that are vulnerable to addiction, that want to spend that much money just to get that sort of validation, that little short-term validation. That's not really anything. It's just makes you feel good for the moment, but then you realize how much you're spending. And the sad part is, when I was doing all this, I didn't even feel bad for it. I didn't really feel bad afterwards. I was just like, man, my account got better. This is so cool. And now I can show my friends how my account got better. My account's so awesome. Like, and I would also have friends that would spend thousands of dollars as well. So it kind of made me comfortable doing that. And the sad part is, that affects a lot of people in a negative way as well, right? You see other people spending. I see other people spending thousands of dollars on video games. I feel like it's a normal thing. Same thing with a lot of people who deal with addictions, right? You see other people smoking around you, you're gonna smoke as well. You see other people drink around you, you're gonna drink as well. Smoke weed. Just watch adult films, stuff like that. It affects you in a negative way. If you just think that's the norm, that's not the norm, you know. And it's not something that should be acceptable. But you know, we accept it as a society. That's fine. You know, that's a challenge. That's the thing. We go back into the last video, right? That's a challenge. If the world is meant to make you addicted, then you want to be the warrior. You want to put the armor of God on. Excuse my religious talk right there, but you wanna make sure you are aware of all the addicting things that can happen on a daily basis. If you're a guy, especially with women, that's a problem. You know, I've dealt with that before, and I've had my fair share of mistakes with women in the past. I share a fair share of success, of course, you know, as any guy. But there's guys out there that don't have the best success with women. That's fine. If anything, I'm jealous of you, because if you know you're not good with women, you don't have to worry about dealing with women. You just worry about improving yourself. You don't have to worry about being single. Is honestly one of the best things, because you're free. You're free. You're free from having an obligation with somebody, right? Having to deal with investing your time and effort into somebody else. And sure, that time with somebody else can be a valuable thing, especially long term, if you want to get married and have children and, you know, build a life for yourself, build a stable life for yourself. I think it's a healthy thing, but I think self-improvement's the number one thing. Like, that's the biggest thing so far. And And I definitely do think long term, improving yourself and then focusing on getting a girlfriend is the best thing. I think a lot of these guys, these like 25, 27, 30-year-old guys who never had a girlfriend, a lot of them, it's not even about talking to girls. You don't worry about talking to girls. And I know this might sound controversial to some guys, especially the pickup guys. I don't care. I think the number one thing, if you want to get a girlfriend, I genuinely do think it is trying to improve yourself, right? And in a way where you're trying to improve your body, of course. If you're fat, you probably want to lose some weight. You don't want to take shortcuts either. You want to be careful with that, unless you're overtly obese where you have no choice but to do surgery, right? But you want to lose weight. If you're fat, you want to try to look the best version of yourself, right? Take care of your hygiene. Take care of your skin. It's very, very important stuff. If you're a girl, make sure you put on good makeup, do the hair well. If you're a guy as well, make sure your hair looks well. If you're a guy as well, don't go around with messy hair, you know. But yeah, like physical appearance, very important, especially on Tinder. It's huge. You want to get a match in the first place. You want to look well. And then of course, not only looking well, but having a good mental state. Being mentally present, very important. Being someone that is nice to be around. People like being around somebody like you. Having a bit of social calibration. It's social calibration, and it's something that I've had a problem with growing up. Social calibration was always an issue for me. I've always kind of been an awkward guy. Unless you're talking about something that I'm really into, of course. That's one of those things where, like, if I'm really into something, I'm like the biggest extrovert in the planet. But if I'm not really into it, I'll talk about it. I'm not like a complete introvert, but I'll have a hard time trying to stay in the conversation. I'll probably just ask questions for the most part. I'll probably just be like curious about it, and that's it. You know, I'm not really that big on small talk and all this stuff. I'm not a big fan of it. That's probably a lot of reasons why I struggle with women as well. I don't want to do a lot of that small talk. That's okay. It's my style. And I've met girls that aren't into that either, and we get along with each other really well. So it's all about your tastes. It's not really that much of an issue. But yeah, a lot of times women, it's just about finding the right one, improving yourself, just having a good attitude. And it's all the time. It sounds easy, but it's just worth. It's not something easy, by the way. Just letting you know. Building yourself as a person, trying to resist all these urges and temptations around you. What's in the world in general, for all the chaos it is, you know, it's something beautiful. I think I mentioned that in the last video, but also, especially humanity, it's a very competitive world out there. And the people who are higher ups, I know it sounds like conspiracy theory, but you can kind of tell. Society in general, they want to keep us entertained. They want to keep us entertained. They want us to, watch our sports and eat our McDonald's and do all this very, very crazy. Like it's very hedonistic type of approach to life, right? Like the cycle. You work, and you get to the weekend, and you enjoy your weekend, and you got to go back to work. It's a hamster cycle. It's a hamster wheel, and I'm sure you guys heard of that plenty of times. You hear a lot of self-help stuff, and I think it's honestly a good point to make, but it's been repeated too many times. But I think we need to break that, right? And I feel like a lot of people have a solution to try to break that. I have my way. I have my approach, and I think my approach is a really nice way to do it. Because a lot of people, especially guys growing up, they play a lot of video games, and I think video games are a really great way to relate to a lot of guys out there. And it's a kind of a fantasy world, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do in video games that you can't do in real life, but at the same time, a lot of video games are based on reality. And based on something that we can do in real life. Like, for example, like Wukong, like Wukong or Elden Ring, right? You can't slay a dragon in real life, but you can go on a fucking adventure, bro. You can go on an adventure. You can learn to be more agile. You can grow yourself as a person. You become more intelligent. You can become a stronger person, physically, mentally, socially. You can build up resources. Those are stuff you can do in real life. Sure, you can't do some very specific things, but you can definitely improve yourself in your life. And that's why I want to really, really drive the point here that I do definitely think if video games can be used as a way to teach people self-improvement, I think it should be done. And I think I'm the one to do it. Just saying, if no one else is going to do it and dedicate a channel to it, I'll be the one to do it. And I feel like the social experiment I did today is a good example of, it's like when you play a video game and you just you grind your way through all the stuff in the video game, right? And then the next day you just don't touch the game at all. Or you're just on the screen, you just don't want to play it. Or like, I'll give an example. Like you're playing a horror game, and you just don't want to play it. You're scared of the horror game. You're scared of seeing the monster. You don't want to touch it, but you know, oh man, if I play this, I'm gonna have fun. But I just don't want to do it. I'm scared of the risk of, you know, the monster appearing. Even though there's no risk involved, you're not actually gonna get killed by the monster, even if you lose, right? But you're scared. You're fearful of it. And all I can tell you is, bro, just play it. Today I felt like absolute dog shit. I felt terrible because I didn't do a lot of the habits that keep me improving, right? Exercising, meditating, writing my goals, which I think is really, really important as well. And I'll get to all that later on, by the way. I think it's a very, very important thing to note to you guys. But writing down my goals, researching how to become a better content creator. I didn't do any of that today. The only productive thing I did today was what you're watching right now. Is the video that I'm making right now is the only productive thing I did today. I didn't eat anything, didn't exercise, didn't meditate, didn't write my goals, didn't do any study or research, didn't read at all. I socialized, but I was really awkward because I slept well, but I think that's about it. And I usually when it comes to social environments, or when it comes to how I am socially, it really just depends on my state of mind. I think meditation really helps me, my social calibration. And without meditation, you can kind of tell, at least compared to yesterday, that I'm a little bit more off today. I'm a little bit more off. Now, of course, I improve every single day, but even then, I feel a little bit more off today. And that's okay, because from here on out, I'll just be getting better as a person. So I'll see you guys around. I wish you guys the best and wish you guys luck, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace. Like and subscribe.